Happy health and wellness to you, wherever you're viewing this from, whenever you're viewing this. I'm Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle. It's my health and wellness check-in on Sunday, 12 April 2026, where I describe / check-in for a week summary of my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week, Monday 6 to Sunday 12 April 2026. It was a week with focused effort on the doctors and finances front, stabilized with routines of recent. So that's the introduction and week summary. Category 1, social health. I fed the critters, feeding the critters, fed the critters, and they're doing well. And it's been getting a little bit warmer, so that's nice. It's still kind of cool in the morning. It's not quite like nature came after me one day where there was a 35 degrees Fahrenheit day. However, it hasn't had the consistency, but it has been in the 30s for like 2 of my walk runs when I'm like, it was like 39 and 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Not quite what I mean, but the base there is, it doesn't need 3 days in a row, you know, it needs like 1 more day kind of thing. So I'm paying attention to that too. The chickarees, the North American red squirrels, we have multiple families again. So, and it was yesterday, there were multiple. I was like, oh, here they come again. All right. So, and then also this week included neighborhood friendly faces when out and about, including walk runs and movie going and doctor's appointments and other stuff. So there we go. Out and about was well timed and paced. Yes, I'm back to kind of focusing on it each day at its own, and pacing within the day. And then I'll come up with ideas for the next day, but it may or may not go that way. All right. Category 2, mental health, flexibility. Flexibility has been key, and it's worked. I think staying flexible. I think there's things that I'm noticing progress internally with myself and being able to handle things that come up that are like different than anticipated, or I didn't set any expectations, and so being able to incorporate whatever comes out. A lot of people have expectations, so they have a starting point when something happens. I don't necessarily do that, so there's been a lot of flexibility on things. If instead of an expectation, maybe an anticipation, so then adjusting timing or tasks, whatever, to kind of what happens. Finances, I'm doing good on my retirement account. I still have a little bit to spend. I did bring up it'd be good to do a commute, since it was a March and April or Hades inspired finances. It's like I mentioned doing like a at-home communion for my god Hades if I drew funds out. I was like, huh? I got some Pop-Tarts, and I don't know if it wants to be in there. Am I gonna dine with Baby Yoda for oh my god Hades eating banana bread Pop-Tarts? I don't know. Again. Okay. All right, so finances are ongoing, and I'm doing well. I'm proud of myself from growing up. Okay. Actually, this is part of that. And so one thing I realized as I've talked about, like, what if my parents ask me to pay them for like living here? I was like, I'm a stay-at-home daughter. So repayment of me being a stay-at-home daughter, if my parents bring up for/after I move out/in with my soulmates, perhaps use an approach of how much I would have made had they paid me minimum wage at 40 hours a week. Seattle area is over $15 per hour, so trading here at $15 per hour, 40 hours a week is $600 per week, 50 weeks a year is $30,000 per year. So at 6.00 years as a stay-at-home daughter, it comes to $180,000. Anything they want me to pay back can be deducted out. If they still owe me money, I allow for them to pay it. Works like a regrade in a class. They could make or lose money. Currently, they owe me money per this approach. So like if they really decide to go that way, then we're like, well, now I'm going to bring this up. All right, Seattle area minimum wage is now what, like $20 an hour? So right, this is low. and in the per hour rate, but just being like the reality of some people are actually paid when they're a stay-at-home daughter, right? Like for that job. So there's a little bit of, I make money cleaning house, or I make $30 every other week. There's like, that's not the stay-at-home daughter, right? There are people who actually make money on that, and they can make a lot of money. So I was like, well, if repayment comes up, then perhaps bring this part of it up as well. So There we go. And we don't want anybody to run into legal problems in any direction. At least I don't. And then also for mental health movie going, I've been gone 3 days in a row now, seen a different movie each day, like as in within the 3-day period, counting them as different movies. And might go see one today. I've gotten much improved there on my like being able to do it and having confidence in my being able to do it as well. Somehow I'm ending up going about the same time of day. So I'm like, okay. So that's been a fun output. That's not my input, but that's my output, so to speak. And then category 3 of 3, physical health. My dental exam went well, scheduled follow-up, so a filling for a front tooth and teeth cleaning. And so I've been thinking a little bit, I'm like, I want to go get popcorn, for Project Hail Mary. And I'm like, I have a chipped tooth. So like, maybe not, eating certain things or eating a certain way, like, I guess, so just being cognizant of that. And then there's also teeth cleaning. So I'm like, but, okay. There's also teeth cleaning. Do I want the butter of the popcorn before or after? Is it only going to be 1 bucket of popcorn? Anyway, so there's stuff like that that's factoring that in now. And so those are both for the first week of May 2026 currently. And then I did same day follow-up of items from the Fred Meyer from the store. My eye exam went well. Good eye health. Prescription slightly changed. I think they were in relation to these glasses because they took them and they looked at the prescription or something like that. So attempting clarity there. And I ordered new glasses with Ray-Ban frames. I've had Ray-Ban before. I've worn them on this channel and then they broke. And I still have them. Here's the fancy Ray-Ban box. Yes, there is a little dash. And it is no S or Z at the end. Here they are. These are the ones I used to wear like all the time. And so the estimated wait time to arrival for that new pair of glasses is 2 to 3 weeks. This is not them. It's a different, they're a very lightweight frame compared to this pair and that I tried on and so in order to. So there we go. And then I also had PMS water weight retention. In conclusion, I'll link to a few related items from this week, including my doctor's appointments, playlist, movie-going theater, experience-centric, and then my low operative word blood pressure journey, which had some fun stuff, as well as the, health and wellness check-ins, playlist, broaching soulmate residency playlist, and ruminating about, sorry.